CJ hit us from Salt Lake City, Utah. He said, do you have any idea which games you're going to this season for the unnamed tour? He is true. He's right. We haven't named the tour yet. He said, I want to get to a few this year, if I can, and I would love to know which games you have an eye on. I love the work from you guys. Well, we appreciate that, CJ. So I had producer Jesse go through the schedule before I even got into the office today. I said, throw me 5 or 6 games per week together that you think we'll be choosing from. And if you're new around here, here's the way it works. Best job in the world. And part of my job is I get to pick a game every Saturday and go to it. No strings attached. That's the way it works. That's the job. They pay me too. It's great. So I do it for all of us. I'm serving for all of us. Week 1, Texas goes to Ohio State. Okay? That's got to be one of the big ones. But LSU is at Clemson as well. And Notre Dame's at Miami. Bama's at Florida State. That one's probably, along with Auburn at Baylor, really random game. Those two, I would imagine, are in the back seat, but they're in the car. Clearly, we're probably choosing between Texas, Ohio State, or LSU, Clemson. Whomst amongst us knows. But I would be also saying keep an eye on this very, very, very small text at the bottom that says Auburn at Baylor is a Friday game. Who knows what the aviation situation is? Week 2 is Michigan, Oklahoma. But it's also Iowa, Iowa State. A lot of you who are fairly new to the show might have said, did he just say Iowa, Iowa State? Absolutely I did, because I'm a big Iowa State guy, and I don't apologize for it. We went there in 2021. I'm convinced that I cursed them that day, or it could have been Ashton Kutcher, because we were both there. But yeah, I would say Michigan, Oklahoma is a fair leader in the clubhouse for week 2. Week 3, Florida goes to LSU this day. Bama plays Wisconsin and Florida State in out-of-conference play this year, which is crazy. Georgia at Tennessee is this day. Texas A&M at Notre Dame is that day. And one of my most underrated games of the year, Clemson at Georgia Tech, is that day. I will be honest with you, I have no idea where we would be on this day. I don't think I've been to a Georgia Tennessee game that's like a single possession game in my life, and I've been to several of them. So maybe I need to stay away from that one. Texas A&M at Notre Dame, we did not go anywhere that impressed me more than Ohio State at Notre Dame a couple of years ago. Just great day. It's probably my favorite game we've been to, honestly. So South Bend, Indiana, September, possibly. We'll see. Week 4 at Florida's going on the road to Miami that week. There is a chance Auburn at Oklahoma is all of a sudden a huge game. Like if Auburn beats Baylor, if Oklahoma beats Michigan, we've got Hugh Freeze against Brent Venables there. We got Jackson Arnold going back to Norman. This is me selling myself on going to Norman. But if we do that, then we've already possibly been to Norman for the second time in 4 weeks, and we want to avoid that. So you quickly see how tough this is. This is like routing a concert tour. So let's circle back on that one. Week 5, loaded. Yep, it's loaded. Oh my goodness, it's not easy. This is like October 12th last year. Sorry, Colin, I'm gonna lean forward a little bit. This is tense. Bama at Georgia. We were at that game last year. Oregon at Penn State. Gonna be amazing. Of course, you could probably be home in time for dinner, given that we pretty much know what time that kickoff's gonna be. LSU is at Ole Miss. Remember that game last year? Ole Miss lost the game and did not trail a single second in regulation, because that's a thing that happened last year. USC is at Illinois. We've never been to the stadium there. We've been to the state storm chasing, real thing, but we've never been to a game at Illinois. Auburn at A&M. I have no idea where we would be this day. There are several winners there. Next up, hey, quick timeout. Check and see if you're subscribed to the channel. If you're not, make sure you do. It's free. It doesn't obligate you or sign you up for anything. It just helps us keep the channel free. All right, back to the show. Texas at Florida. Not an easy, you know what, I'm not going to say that. It has nothing to do with anything, just some chatter I picked up on recently. I'm just telling you, the logistics of going on the road in college football are tough. Texas is at Florida. Minnesota's at Ohio State. Clemson's North Carolina. Miami at Florida State. I would say Texas at Florida is the clear leader here. Wisconsin's at Michigan that day. Yeah, I would say Texas, Florida is the clear leader there. Okay, week 7, there is Georgia at Auburn. No clue what kind of prestige that game would have. South Carolina at LSU. We were at that game last year. Instant classic. Bama's at Missouri. OU, Texas. My favorite rivalry game to go to in college football is that day. That is your leader in the clubhouse. But then again, I've soft circled 3 Oklahoma games so far. We cannot do that. Florida's at A&M that day. All right, so that one's up in the air, clearly. Week 8, Louisville plays at Miami on a Friday night. Third Saturday in October. The next day, Tennessee at Alabama. Texas Tech at Arizona State is, I want to go to that one. Ole Miss is at Georgia. USC at Notre Dame. This is a massive Saturday. We may need to double dip that day. Call Airstar. We may need to double dip that day. Maybe triple dip. Do we do the Miami Friday night, a noon kickoff, and then a primetime kickoff? It's never been done before. I'm told. Week 9, man, you're getting way, way, way deep in the ocean now, so you don't really know what your records are. A&M at LSU. Bama at South Carolina is attractive if we haven't seen both of those teams already. Illinois at Washington. It randomly could be a game that ends up being a top 20 game, and it's not on anyone's radar right now. Wisconsin at Oregon. I have a tough time believing Wisconsin is ready to make that worthwhile this year. I would guess Bama, South Carolina, week 9. That's just a guess right now. Week 10, it's got to be Penn State, Ohio State, I think. Georgia, Florida, OU, Tennessee, Miami at SMU that day. Using last year as a metric, that would be a big one. Penn State, Ohio State, solid favorite for week 10. Week 11, LSU, Bama, we went to that one last year, blowout. Doesn't mean it would repeat itself this year. Florida State's at Clemson that day. That's a solid possibility. If Indiana is back to their former self, being last year's version of themselves, Indiana at Penn State, maybe a sneaky good one. Oregon's going to Iowa that day. Never been to a game at Kinnick Stadium somehow. A&M at Missouri, that one's too tough to call right now. Week 12, this is that other Friday game that Louisville has. 2 of Louisville's biggest games are on Fridays. Clemson goes to Louisville. OU is at Bama the next day. Texas at Georgia is your favorite here. I'd say Texas, Georgia, leader in the clubhouse, week 12. Week 13, USC at Oregon is the leader in the clubhouse. I will confidently tell you that. I know Tennessee, Florida could be big. Missouri, OU could be big. Louisville, SMU, Nebraska, Penn State, USC, Oregon, clear leader in the clubhouse there. And week 14, OU or Ohio State, Michigan is always the leader in the clubhouse until otherwise noted. During rivalry week, that is a new rule on this show, only in the last few years. So I hope I helped. It's hard to forecast this stuff. That's the beauty of college football. That's why we make the decision like 6 days out instead of 6 months out.